He loved that Mustang even though it broke down more than it was running. He graduated from high school, went to work at the plant, became a supervisor, and got his own place to live. In June 2000, he went to Army Basic at Fort Benning, Georgia. Upon completion of advanced training, he reported to Wiesbaden, Germany. It was there he met his wife, and they had a daughter. He was overseas for 10 years. After 9/11, he did 2 tours in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Then he was finally coming stateside. He was going to be stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I was so ecstatic. My whole family was. He was my only son. It was February and my birthday was coming up. He and his family were coming to spend some time with me. I enjoyed his visit so much. I got to see my 7-year-old granddaughter for the first time. 4 days after they left, my daughter-in-law called to tell me she was in the emergency room. Darian had gotten sick and had passed. He loved the Army. When we talked, he sounded like a child in a candy store. He bragged on the Army having equipment for air, water, ground, and underground. They were not just foot soldiers. He loved what he did. We all miss him, especially me. His awards include the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, and the Meritorious Unit Citation.
This honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Staff Sergeant Darian L. Kirby. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say thank you. Would the Rodriguez family please come forward? Sergeant Ronald Ariel Rodriguez, United States Marine Corps. Ronald A. Rodriguez, 26, grew up in Northern Virginia, where he graduated in 2002 from J.E.B. Stewart High School in Falls Church. Ronald had a dream of joining the military and had decided to enlist before he turned 18. According to his father, Francesco,
Withholding permission would only delay his entry into the service. Like so many young men, he felt a calling. His calling was to the United States Marine Corps. Friends and family said he always enjoyed playing sports, but that took a backseat to other duties. His friend, Jonathan Morales, who grew up with Ronald, said Rodriguez helped with chores around the house and worked at a movie theater in high school instead of participating fully in athletics so he could help support his family. He had a lot of friends, Jonathan said. He was very likable. The guy was diligent and hardworking too. While a student at JEB Stewart, he was an athlete, very active in all the sports, including soccer and basketball, his father Francisco said. Upon joining the Marine Corps, his specialty became a cannoneer in field artillery. He deployed to Iraq in 2003 and again in 2004. His third deployment was with his unit from Camp Pendleton to Afghanistan in 2010. It was in Helmand province where he was killed by a roadside bomb while in combat. When asked, his father Francisco said of Ronald, he was a brave soldier. He died on duty. Between deployments while stationed at Quantico, he resided in Stafford County, where neighbors recalled him as a quiet man. The most important thing to him was family, a neighbor said. Condolences were sent to the family by Fairfax Supervisor Penelope Gross, who had the flags in Fairfax County flown at half-mast in mourning for Sergeant Rodriguez. She also wrote, "The fact he dies a hero provides some solace, I'm sure, but the loss of your son is heartbreaking nonetheless." Ronald is survived by his mother Maria, his father Francisco, 3 brothers, and his sons, Angel and Diego.
This honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Sergeant Ronald A. Rodriguez. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say, thank you.
Would the family of Sergeant Specialist Michael Pyron please come forward? Michael Wayne Pyron was born in Hampton, Virginia, to Herbert and Cheryl Pyron. After his parents divorced, he resided in Nags Head with his mother, where he discovered a passion for the beach and surfing. Shortly before turning 13, Michael decided to live with his father and Teresa after experiencing several struggles at home. Michael always acknowledged Teresa as his mom until his passing. Once he came to Hampton, he attended Heritage High School. He was part of both the first soccer team and graduating class at Heritage High School. He grew up fast and loved his brother, Matthew, and his sister, Emily, very much. He would take a kind parental role in their lives rather than that of a sibling. He was a real big brother. He enjoyed fishing, diving, but mostly eating, with bacon being at the top of the list. Yum, yum, bacon. After high school, he met his wife-to-be, Monica, while visiting with his mother. It was an instant hit, and wedding bells rang. He began his first career in life as a brick mason, a job he truly despised. He chose to name his son Mason, with the intent to remind his son, as he grew up, to get an education in hopes that he would never have to perform manual labor. Michael had an amazing sense of humor. He loved to play the guitar, listen to music, and spend time with friends. This is where he found his joy. Michael was not a religious man. He often joked that humans were an alien experiment gone amok. He decided to join the Army to better himself and to further his education. Specialist Pyron was assigned to the 25th Signal Battalion, 160th Signal Brigade, 335th Signal Command Theater, U.S. Army Reserve in East Point, Georgia. While deployed to the Parwan province of Afghanistan with his unit, Michael died on January 10, 2012, of wounds suffered in a non-combat incident. Michael was a loving husband, father, and son. He lived with his wife and children in Hopewell, Virginia. Michael is survived by his wife, Monica Steinen Pyron of Chester, sons Mason W. Pyron and Matthew A. Steinen of Chester, his mother, Cheryl G. Coluccio, and husband Frank of Colonial Heights, his father, Herbert Pyron Jr., and wife Janet of Florida, maternal grandparents Harvey and Joyce Griggs, parents-in-law Hans and Sonntag Steinen, brothers Jeremy Griggs, Thomas Coluccio, Christopher Griggs, Matthew Pyron, and sisters Samantha Coluccio, Emily Miller, and many extended family members. Specialist Michael Wayne Pyron, United States Army, rests in the Sunset Memorial Park and Mausoleum in Chester, Virginia.
This honor remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Specialist Michael W. Pyron. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say, thank you.
Will the Strong family please come forward? Sergeant Charles C. Strong, United States Marine Corps. Charlie was Mr. Fix-It. Even as a baby, he would take things apart and put them back together. He's a very active child, on the go until it was time to go to bed. Charlie had that certain something that drew people to him. He grew up as a military brat and got to see the world and meet a lot of people. While stationed in Guam, the family did volunteer work at the Carmelite Monastery. Charlie loved to entertain all the nuns. One day he found out it was the Mother Superior's birthday, so he sang to her. Only it was the song, "Happy Birthday to You. You live in a zoo." All the nuns loved it and made him sing it over and over again, much to the family's embarrassment. Charlie played baseball in school. In the Marine Corps, he became an instructor's instructor in martial arts. Charlie followed his brother into the Marine Corps. He entered the delay entry program and went to boot camp after graduating from Nansemond River High School in Suffolk. He was 17 years old when he graduated from boot camp. At his graduation, it was announced that he was the youngest Marine in the Marine Corps. Charlie met his wife Taylor while assigned to Officer Candidate School at Quantico, Virginia. He asked Taylor to marry him while looking at the Hollywood sign in California. Their daughter Sophie was born December 5th, 2014, after Charlie was killed. Charlie was putting himself through college while in the Marine Corps and was thinking of becoming a history teacher. Charlie loved to work on vehicles and was in the midst of building his own custom motorcycle when he was killed. His brother Jason has the detailed drawings, parts list, and plans to complete the project. He was Charlie to his classmates, Chuck to his team members, or Charles to his schoolmates, Chuck to his team members, and Charlie to his family. Charlie loved life and was not afraid to live it. He did 2 tours in Iraq and 2 tours in Afghanistan. He was injured on every tour, but that did not stop him from going back. He believed in what he was doing, and he was honored to be a MARSOC Marine. Sergeant Charles C. Strong died Monday, September 15th, 2014, in Herat Province, Afghanistan, while conducting combat operations. Sergeant Strong was a critical skills operator assigned to the 2nd Marine Special Operations Battalion, Marine Corps Forces Special Operations Command, based out of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Sergeant Strong received the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medals in lieu of a 2nd award, the Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal in lieu of a 3rd award, and the Combat Action Ribbon.
This honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Sergeant Charles C. Strong. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say thank you.
Will the Perico family please come forward? Lieutenant Colonel Paul J. Perico, United States Army. Lieutenant Colonel Paul John Perico of the United States Army was born on the 4th of July in 1923 to Austro-Hungarian immigrant parents Julius and Amelia Perico. On August 10, 1949, Paul married Marie Magdalene Zibran in Baltimore, Maryland. Together they had 8 children: John, Bob, Steve, Paula, Larry, Teresa, Mike, and Ruth, and currently have 17 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren and counting. Paul served in the United States Coast Guard during World War II. After the war, he attended Washington and Jefferson College in Washington, Pennsylvania. Upon college graduation, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. During his career, he served at numerous posts in a broad variety of responsibilities in the United States, Labrador, South Korea, West Germany, and South Vietnam. Paul was stationed at the U.S. Army Transportation School at Fort Eustis, Virginia, where he served as the school's chief of academic records and guidance counselor. Upon completion of that tour, he deployed to South Vietnam, where Paul was promoted to lieutenant colonel on 25 March 1966. It's also where he met his untimely death on 10 February 1967 at the age of 43 at the U.S. Military Assistance Command in Saigon, Vietnam. Lieutenant Colonel Perico was a caring and loving husband and father and is still greatly missed by all. He was known for his sense of humor and genuine concern and care for all those around him, as well as his devout love for his wife and children. Today, the honor and remember flag will be accepted by his wife, Marie, accompanied by their oldest son, John, a U.S. Army veteran from Chesapeake. Also in attendance tonight are 6 additional members of Paul's family here, from his youngest son, Michael, to a great-granddaughter, Jordan Strawbridge. Will you please stand and be recognized? I want to read from you a quote I found on the website, Together We Served, that defines honor and remember as the Perico family sees it and teaches it. Although I never knew him, my grandfather Paul John Perico, I will always be able to stay secure in the knowledge that he served his country with courage and dignity. If my uncles are in any resemblance of the good character and judgment that he had, then I will proudly say that I, Adam Perico, am the grandson of Paul John Perico. I will not forget him because of the example he put forth in serving his country. Though a battle may be not fought for good reason, what truly counts is the manner in which we serve to preserve the integrity of our fair country. And as I have been told, he did this with great pride and patriotism. His memory will live on in my heart and the hearts of all those who had the privilege of meeting such a man.
This honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Lieutenant Colonel Paul J. Pareco. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say thank you.
Look, Terry Pratt's all.
There are memorials around this country honoring our fallen, from the headstones marking a final resting place to brass plaques in city parks around military bases. They are displayed as a sign of honor and respect for service and sacrifice. If you were to see one, you may just see it as an honor to a warrior. There will be no one there to tell you his story of life, service, and sacrifice. But when you see this flag flying or on display with a warrior's name on it, you can rest assured that there is someone close by that knows his story, his life story. That person just doesn't know about him. That person knew him. I want to read from you a portion of a poem written by a Dr. John Ashton, class of '06 at Texas A&M. Before we part and go on our way, we pause to honor those we knew so well. The old familiar faces we miss so much left cherished recollections that time cannot dispel. Softly call the muster. Let comrade answer, here. Their spirits hover around us as if to bring us cheer. Mark them present in our heart. We'll meet them some other day. There is no death but life eternal for our old friends such as they. Today we honored and remembered Lieutenant Charles J. Turner, United States Navy, Staff Sergeant Darian L. Kirby, United States Army, Sergeant Ronald A. Rodriguez, United States Marine Corps, Specialist Michael W. Pyron, United States Army, Sergeant Charles C. Strong, United States Marine Corps, Lieutenant Paul J. Perico, United States Army. I've read them, you remember them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Let us honor one more time all of the families for their sacrifice as best as we can with a nice round of applause. Thank you. And without further ado, let us welcome back our friend Michael Sarver.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover and their mother, everything to everyone, up and out and bright and early. I'm all business in my suit, yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, 'cause there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our futures, my responsibility. Yeah, I'm a real good under pressure, of being all that I can be. I can call it sick on Monday, when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I'll stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, and I know the sacrifice. But when I don't wanna die for you, but a dying's after me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front line, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier. Yeah, I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly